So we're talking about the commencement speech. And we're going to shift a little bit, and I'm going to bring you back to the ballpark theory, because that is my favorite place, and it is the framework for the keys. And the ballpark theory in its essence is simply that if you're not in control, you need to know the rules. And if you know the rules, you have three options about them. You can accept the rules of the ballpark without conflict. You can adhere to the rules of the ballpark with conflict, or you can stay out of the ballpark. And how this plays out in life. So, back to the ballpark. Anybody here got a background in human resources? No? Yeah? A little? Okay. Have you ever heard of the cash system? Okay. So, in my day as a human resources consultant, I got exposed to this. And I realized that this is going to just support our journey today into the world of attitudes. The acronym is knowledge, attitude, skills, and habits. And the way it plays out is that this is why people get hired. They get hired for their knowledge and their skills. Okay, that's why you get hired. This is why people get fired. They get fired for their attitudes and habits. They've started doing a lot more personality assessments now before they hire people than ever before, and this is why. Companies were going broke. They were hiring for knowledge and skills, and then having to turn around and fire people because of their attitudes and habits. And so you all have a clue more than most people because you understand now that you have some control over your attitude. So what attitude? This was the question we ended with last week. What attitude would you have if you knew that you worked for the best company, the best people, the best clients? If you knew that to be true, what would your attitude be? How happy would you be to go to work or to make a phone call? And you got one?
Very well, enthusiastic.
Oh, there we go. Enthusiastic. I cannot imagine any boss firing an enthusiastic employee. I mean, think about that. That's an attitude that would help support your knowledge and skills. As a matter of fact, I'll take an enthusiastic person over an educated person any day of the week. Okay. For those of you who don't know the root of that word, it actually means with God. Somebody who is enthusiastic is connected to an internal source of energy. Happy to have them on my team. If you knew, if you believed that you worked for the best company, the best people, the best clients, what attitude would you have? You think you might be just a tad more patient? It's a little easier sometimes to look at what habits you would have. So if you were totally enthusiastic, totally engaged, had a great attitude, what habits would go with that attitude? So we're bleeding a little bit into actions, but the attitudes and actions play together a lot for me. So we're going to ask those questions together, both today and next time. So if you're enthusiastic, the habit that goes with that. Do you call out sick so you can have a play day?
Oh no, dedicated.
Dedicated. Okay.
Dedication.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Actually, I'm going to call that an attitude. I think dedication is a great attitude. In this day and age, dedication is a huge asset. And that's one of the benefits of having that attitude, where the belief system that says I work for the best. Because if you can embody that belief, and it doesn't matter what's true outside of your skin. Here's the world according to Jackie. If you're working there, they're the best place for you to be. How do I know that's where you are? So they're the best place for you to be right now. Check your attitude. If this is the best place for me to be, because this is where I am, I then have more control over my attitude. And if you've got control over your attitude, how confident do you feel? So this is the confidence building muscle, this particular question. All right? If I have the ability to choose my attitude because I can decide that I work for the best company, the best products, the best people, because that's where I am right now. So they are the best for me right now. Think you might be a little more forgiving? Because they may not be so nice. They're just the best at the moment. Yeah. I mean, I stood up here last week and I said, I'm not the brightest, crayon in the box. I'm not the, sharpest knife in the drawer. Whatever the phrase is, you can tell what part of the world you come from by what you use these things for. But I'm the absolute best person to teach this material because I'm the one that's doing it. Yeah, period. I don't need to know anything more than that. I don't have to worry about my attitude. I don't have to worry about getting nervous. What would your life be like if you didn't have to worry about being nervous again? So, here's how the two play together. The other question, the first question is about attitude. What attitude would I have? The second question is what actions would I take if I knew I was the right person for the job? Now here's the caveat. And this is the fun place because we're going to go right back to the ballpark story with this, to the ballpark theory. And I'm going to take you on a journey to a galaxy far, far away.